The rapid spread of the novel coronavirus led to one of the largest global economic shockwaves that we have felt in our lifetimes. For too many businesses and the individuals they employ, the impact was immediate and far more prolonged than anyone could have imagined. For households with savings, the impact could be absorbed for a while. For others, there was no safety net until our community came together, and with the support of the federal, state, local government, and community partners, we responded.
For one family who lost their housing because they just didn't know that these resources existed, it could be many, many years before they're able to get back on their feet. And so if we could help them for a couple months pay their rent as opposed to having them potentially be homeless for years, that's a good, wise investment. And so our goal with all of our federal dollars was to get them out the door as quickly as we could. And frankly, because the county has built a level of trust with the community and has so many community-based partnerships in the faith communities and the nonprofit communities, we literally had an arsenal of help to get that money out the door.
While the magnitude of this pandemic has been global, it's the individual families and their stories that matter most. Allie and her 2 adult daughters were stably employed by a local hotel in March 2020, but by April, all 3 had been laid off. With the eviction moratorium in place, the family was safe from eviction for the time being, but they were quickly stacking up big bills and rent debt while they looked for work. Unemployment insurance payments ended when the 2 adult daughters found part-time jobs, but Allie continued to struggle as a shoulder injury was keeping her from returning to regular work. Critical financial assistance from the county and our community has helped pay off the rental debt they had incurred so that they are not facing eviction today.
All people who contribute to our economy are important. And it doesn't matter what job you have or what your income is. At the time of a pandemic, no matter how many resources you have, you still needed these folks on the front line. You needed a grocery store clerk to check groceries out for your family. You needed delivery truck drivers to get products to your home. And so I hope as a result of this, in terms of affordable housing, this changes the thought process a little bit, that these are real people. Not just numbers of units, not just amounts of money, but real people who work hard every day in our county and our community that are essential to our economy, that from time to time need supports, need affordable housing supports, need mental health supports, need other type of social supports that so many nonprofits in our community can provide.
Business closures have not been the sole impact to working in the pandemic. The impact on schools was severe. Maria is a single mom of 2 elementary school-aged boys. When the pandemic hit, she lost her job in retail. The elementary school closed and turned to virtual education. Maria had no support system to watch the boys during the day. She filed for unemployment, but the system was so overwhelmed it took over a year for payments to come through. Unable to work because she had no child care, Maria accrued significant debt. She has now been able to find work, and thanks to community support, contributions were made to bring down some of her debt.
There are so many strong, long partnerships we've had with community and nonprofits throughout the county, like Good Shepherd Housing. And so we knew at the beginning that we were going to need their help, and that those partnerships were built during good times, and during challenging times is really when those are tested. And we were tested, our community-based nonprofits were tested, and they delivered for our community.
With the support of our community in Fairfax County, Good Shepherd Housing has distributed over $2.8 million in financial assistance, helping hundreds of families like Allie's and Maria's. Together, with your continued support, we are able to help families who may be struggling keep a place they call home.